Welcome to another weekly update. Today is Sunday, 21st of September. And as you can see on the Nasdaq, whoa, it's looking quite good. So let's go through what happened last week, and then my current positions, and then getting ready for next week, and then perhaps some ending thoughts. And if you want, you can ask questions in the comments below, and the video is delayed by 1 month. So let's go to what happened last week. On Monday, 15th of September, CRML stopped out, adding stop limit to buy on trigger again. Got filled, it immediately went lower and almost took out stop again. Now it seems to have found this direction, which is up. Okay, so CRML. Yeah, so I bought it, let's see, yeah, in here. And I got filled, and then I got stopped out here, I guess. And then I got filled again on its way up. What a lovely day, okay. I love being fully invested and not really caring what the market does. Of course, I will add trigger list and write things of interest, but this is the best feeling. So green today, doing renovations all day in my little cabin, music, taking a look now and then at the charts, not much to do, beautiful. NB, so this was a huge miss. CRML not moving and NB absolutely ripping. And then update later that CRML is moving. And from the triggers I wrote, MP was going to say nice tight entry, but now actually feels too soon. It's a lagging price action, okay. So it was also in here, yeah, 15th. Pretty much the same setup. Okay, but I'm not in this one. And sim here, too much weak new highs in base price action could work as a fora, okay. So sim also went, but it's almost a bit harder, for me at least. Yeah, it was really hard. Could perhaps have bought it here, but this wasn't as clear as the other ones, and also I guess AI name is good. We'll see what happens with this one. That was Monday, not much. Tuesday, CRML gapping up and on volume gainers list. Added small size on 2-minute orb, not adding stop on that, just taking a new look at my overall position entry and size and playing around that. Hindsight, I got a little bit stressed on my ad, should wait for at least 5-minute orb, doesn't really matter but still. And yeah, now it's fine. It actually never stopped me out, but the 5-minute trigger did not even trigger here, so I could have, if I wanted to buy more, I could have waited, you know. So just a reminder to myself to zoom out a little bit more. Portfolio mixed, felt like a pullback inside day, so yeah. On Wednesday, right? No, Tuesday. Okay, yeah, because it was a gap up down day. Triggers, there were a few, remove them all. Laggards trying to go, nothing special, okay? Wednesday, barely looked at markets today, mostly painting the roof and walls. Some FOMC meeting volatility, nothing stopped out, although CRML is acting weaker as of now. Would be nice to see some green tomorrow to get out of the stop loss area on Wednesday. Yeah. Because I did add here, like I said, which was a stupid ad. Now in hindsight here, it's looking good, but I kept my original stop here, and it never took me out, so I got lucky there. But it was on this day, and I wanted it to, you know, go green tomorrow, so it would get out of the stop loss area, which it did. So now it's going higher. Liu versus Lightbridge, or LTBR. I just took a look, and while both looked very promising, and LTBR even had higher ADR, but Liu was trading $100 million weekly volume. Also, even though similar pattern, Liu came from a big uptrend since 2016 and then making its big stage 2 or right side of the chart. Could just be hindsight warrior, but good to remind yourself of previous momentum and dollar volume, and then of course ADR. I looked at from the February, or where was it? Here, March, April lows. I just looked at which name was the better to buy, because I wanted to buy this one, but in here it was actually trading lower dollar volume, which might have been a sign. And also they didn't have previous momentum, it's in a bottoming stage, while Liu, which had similar price action here with this base, actually traded 400 million, 100 million. So on this week, if you ran the 100 million plus scanner, you would have found it. And it's going higher, and I'll talk about it because it's one of my positions. But I just it was good to see that even though LTBR looked good, even here, you know, coming out of this, or not coming out of, but it looked good here. But if you really think about it, Liu, which had the dollar volume and then actually kept on rallying and now going higher again, also came in over like a bottom cup and handle here with the previous momentum. So it's like Lightbridge is breaking out of here, while Liu is breaking out of here, previous momentum, way back though, 2016. So just some mental notes, good to have. And these, I'm not gonna talk about them. On Thursday, still painting. Yep, looking at pre-market. Most things gapping up today, including my portfolio. We'll see if it holds up. Again, not planning on doing anything today, and as of now I don't see anything stopping out, which means I am fully invested and I can't act even if I wanted to. Few things have gone the last days, like AMPX, P6, AMSC, UAMI, OCLO, and so on, RGTI, IONQ, QBTS, all of those names. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a stage to be happy with your picks, and if unexpected momentum shows up, high tide flags, hop on them, unless your own names are the ones ripping hold. So meaning, I'm already fully invested, and actually now I can buy one more position, but I'll talk about that later. And I'm quite happy with my picks. I'll get to that later actually, but it was just a thought, because a lot of things like AMPX is also ripping, and the entry was here for me, my type of entry. P6, same here, entry was there. AMSC, also ripping. So they all, I was thinking at this stage if I could have maybe sold my less aggressive names or not as fast names to buy some of these, but again, now it's hindsight bias. And Oclo, this one was tough because it came from inside a big range here, but it looks nice. So this one could be a high tide flag potential soon, in a few weeks. Oh well, okay. 1834. It is funny how yesterday's down day seemed scary and depressing, even though it wasn't really a down day, it was more of an inside day or gap up fade. But today's green absolutely obliterated yesterday's uncertainty. Indexes hitting a new all-time high, with IWM right behind, coming out of a failed 4-year double top, soon crushing all-time highs in aggressive fashion. Meaning that here, this is US small caps. And we've been going sideways for 4 years. And then we had this double top action here with this shakeout. And this shakeout got reclaimed so aggressively and in a steep uptrend, which is super nice. And if we break out of a long base, it could take some more time, but we could be in for some really good times, Can't do anything other than take a deep breath. and hope I'm sitting good in the first wave and ready to jump on the next 2-3 waves before it's time to step back. Yeah, so this is the first time I'm actually full-time trading for such a long time, which is since February, so it's not that long. But I've been in the market from here, but now I've been trading every day or doing the work every day. And I know that it's not only one wave of sector momentum that comes. It's usually 1 or 2 or 3 waves, and then maybe ends with a blow off with all the shitters running crazy, thousands of percentages in weeks. And that's usually when it's time to step back. So I'm happy to be in from the very, very first sign of momentum, or in the first leaders that are leading the market. Let's see, you can be in the leaders going higher while market is bullishly sideways for months. Let the index guide you, let the stocks tell you what to do. And this I just looked at because I wondered, okay, so so we're bullish now in the Nasdaq. Let's remove this. So we're very bullish now. What happens if we sort of go sideways bullish in a period like I don't know, maybe here, or it's here still going up, but it's not as fast, or even here, it's bullish but not as fast. And I found some stock. I don't think I mentioned it here, but I saw that. Let's put it. Let's take an example. Let's say during this period, it wasn't here, but let's say during this period, the markets were just going sideways, but there were 1 or 2 names just ripping higher through this period. So that's what I mean with let the index guide you if we're bullish or bearish, but then let the stocks tell you what to do. So as long as we're bullish, buy the stocks. That's pretty much what I was thinking. And on Friday, Reddit got tired of it. Things ripping, and Reddit is just chopping. Wanted it to go, but it came back in today, I guess. Lost patience. All right, so this is I've been going back and forth these last couple of days with all the names I mentioned, like IonQ and QBTS also, I guess, and RGTI. So I missed all of these. I looked at them. I got my alarm. I even wrote in the notes here that they look really good. But at the time, I didn't have money to buy, so I just like faded them. And I mean, now according to my setup, this is up 47R, 44R. That's absolutely insane. So that's why I said, now this is a bit too late, but I got tired of Reddit. It's because I've been holding it for so long, and even though it looks really good, and it was one of the first names to break out of this sort of a low handle, I don't think this name is going to go absolutely crazy and double. I think it's going to slowly chop, but what the hell do I know? I don't know. But that was my idea, and I want to buy more aggressive names. Just seeing all of this type of momentum, I'm just, oh my god, I can't believe I didn't buy them. Such, I mean, I've been looking at this name since here in December, so almost a year. Had it on watch for almost a year, and now I missed it when it was time. So that's so stupid. But yeah, I sold Reddit. NB, super strong, missed the first entry, but it broke out of a smaller flag today. So this is one of the gold or mining related plays I've been talking about, and I really wanted to buy CRML instead of this, which I did. But then after I sold Reddit, I was like, I want to buy this as well. But I missed the real entry, which is up, or was up. Oh my god, 26R. I can't believe it. Okay. So we made a smaller flag. Yeah, so I tried, based on the big picture setup, I tried an intraday setup. NB, I never got filled. It hit 605 and I had ordered at 603, but it triggered 1 hour pullback, so I bought wick fill at 615, risking lows. So it's actually less than an R, but it's good risk reward just buying that same trigger over and over again if I get stopped out. Good potential. And at 9 p.m. stopped out for 0.0 R. And I'm so glad I did. I almost removed the stop when I saw it going closer. I was sitting in the sauna with a few friends, and I got the alarm that my stop had triggered, and something inside of me almost went in and canceled the stop, but then it actually sold, and I'm so happy it did, because what the hell, this is so good. 0.5 R with like 40-50 R potential. It's insane. And I can buy the same entry again. But what happened is that so I added buy order at the same area, but it kept dumping and closed really ugly. So yeah, here I bought it in here somewhere, but then it just if you look at the daily, it looks really ugly. But it could of course just go higher here, or if it needs a few more days. But then now I'm safe. Instead of canceling my stop loss, which is so fucking stupid, sorry, I'm out, and now I can look at it with a fresh eye. But I actually think there's other names I want to buy, but we'll get to that later. So now I have to find a home for my old Reddit position. Reminder, cancel the order. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in and cancel the order I have here. And today, Sunday, didn't do the partial work yesterday, so more work today. Account have grown, adjusting risk to stay at 0.4%, running scans. Most new names are dumpster runners, but few interesting IPOs that I'll label and keep on watch. I just put the rest in crap folder right away. I have way too many weekly sections, yeah. Putting them all in crap folder. Yes, and then I found a section in TradingView which I did not know of, which is not so important, but it was pretty much this, because you can see I have all the sections here. But if you have a really long list, it can be, if you want to close, say, drone and defense, instead of scrolling up here and then closing it, you can simply press up here to make it smaller. So if I want to, here we go, tech. So yeah, that was a good find, just something. All the tiny things. Then I went reviewing my weekly update video from a month ago, and I uploaded it today. So it's my first weekly upload with a month delay. Okay, done sorting lists. Okay, here we go. And holy shit, there is so much opportunity. I think I said this last week as well, but also since I was fully invested, I did not really bother following up on alarms and such. But I've never ever seen this much bullish momentum in so many names. Taking a break, we'll record weekly video later, which I'm doing now. And then I have some thoughts on crypto, because man, I could be because I'm watching some crypto channels and they're hyping me up. So I thought the cycle would start earlier on the altcoins, but I think it's gonna, as always, not as always, but many things will set up like this in November, October. And I see it with, for example, Galaxy, because there are a few crypto names that are ripping now, but I'm like, I don't see an entry here. So I think, you know, it kind of similar, higher, then pops a new high. And if we stay here for 4 weeks, inside weeks here, it would look quite similar to something like this, you know, higher, and then the right side handle here, and then the 2000% move or whatever it did. Okay, but that's what happened last week. Let's go through my current positions, which we have right here. Let's start with the oldest one, Hecla Mining. Again, looking really nice. This is for now consolidating on the 10-day, which it did back here as well. So it had EP, the first base break, and now the second, hopefully, base and break. We'll see about that. I think it has the sector momentum, and it's trading really good volume. So I think this one can go higher. We'll see what happens. And then we have ATRO. Yeah, this one. One of the first names to come back out of this little dip here, I think. And chopped, slowly went higher, chopped higher, and then had this massive 20% candle in a few minutes. But then it actually faded and just been sort of, what is it, consuming? No, digesting this move. Hopefully going higher. So we had a nice tight week here. Hopefully we can break out of this and go higher. USAU looking super good with the rest of the gold names, and hoping for this one to just stay here for 2-3 days and then go higher. VGZ, same here, absolute ripper for me. It was up 85% for my entry, and it's acting really good. Sort of shook out under this gap low, and then it's just ripped higher. So hopefully a few inside days here and then continue higher. Soundhound is actually shaping up to, I don't know what it's gonna do. Sort of looks like in this period here where it just chopped around. Let's see how it looked on the daily. Yeah, so yeah, it still looks good. It still looks good. One of the you could say leading AI names. It's not really leading, but if you look at many other names, it's one of the few that held up. If you look at, for example, C3 AI, this one is just fading, absolutely fading. And maybe, I don't know, CXAI. This is some smaller name. GXAI. Okay, assess AI. PBAI. Yeah, so it's one of the few AI names that have held up, and it's trading really good volume, and it has the range. So I got quite a wide risk of 5%, which is still actually really nice. And we'll see. I mean, if this one rips, yeah, it could be really nice. Then Liu, the last 2 days were insane. It did like 2 15% days. So here it closed and it went up 15%, and then it did another 15%. So wow, it's really cool. And one of the leading energy names. So I'm so happy I'm in it. We'll see how far this goes. It would be insane if we go to 800. It definitely has the potential. It would be 120R. So we'll see about that. CRML gold play. I wrote highest prio. I just liked this chart. I really love this chart because I've seen it before. So I'm in it with quite a good size, 2.6% risk, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So those are my positions, and ready for next week. So I'll just go through this quickly, my thoughts, and then I'll do the job tomorrow and on adding the alarms. So TD up obviously looks really good on this week here, but it's a bit of a random name, isn't it? Maybe they have really good earnings or something like that. Anyhow, it's something I'm interested in. I took a stop here, but now it's actually setting up to look better. And I kind of like this massive momentum, and then one leg, and then another like small leg, sort of like it did here. It had one leg, another smaller leg, and then it ripped. One leg, another smaller leg. So I'm hoping that this one is gonna rip after this to 20, even potentially 30 something. We'll see about that. Ampex, I missed it, so I don't know. Maybe some high tech flag action is nothing I'm gonna look at next week. This one could go, but it's a lagging energy name. But it could be of interest. But I'm gonna show you another name which is, in my opinion, 10 times better. Oclo, same here, hoping for some high tide flag potential here to take later this cycle. ASM, silver play, actually really good. Had a similar pattern here of this like tightening wedge, and then it exploded from 2 to 4, so it's not that big. Yeah, but you could definitely do 1 or 200%. But it's sort of lagging the, I guess it's silver, so that it could be lagging because of that. It has silver in the name. So could be good this week or perhaps another week after this. Tempest AI, same here. I've been watching for a long time. I thought it was already here, but it wasn't. Then it popped without me, but then it just slowly went higher. So let's draw some imaginary lines here. See, this line here is kind of where it's, yeah, so that's beautiful. If you get some more tightness here or another pop and then 1 or 2 inside weeks above here, that could be really nice. And all of these alarms that are old, I'm gonna change them, so don't get confused of the alarms that are set there right now. Mining, energy, yeah, it kind of has been the sector here. Mining, energy, rare earth. This one could be aggressive. Could be really nice. But then I think my names that I have, which had a similar type of setup here, like VG said, had the same type of similar setup here, but it just ripped, so I'm in the better name. So let's go to MP. Not really sure about this one. I don't like that it's getting closer to this trend line, and if it comes over, well then I think it's gonna make another setup here. Then you could take it from 100 to 200 instead of, yeah, so we'll see. I think I have a better name to buy. This one could be a late gold runner. So even if it just goes to this line, still a double, but it's likely to overshoot perhaps. Dakota Gold, slower gold name, nice pattern. Yeah, they all kind of look the same. This looks super similar to MB. What was it? Dakota, DC, okay. So it looks nice, but again, I have one name that is super prio. Same here, this one is also looking really good. Gold mining and rare earth, but I'm not sure about the, yeah, this one could be interesting. 30 to 90 to 120. But I would like an inside week here before I touch it, if I'm gonna touch it. And it just hit its first $100 million week, so it has showed up on many scans here. Yeah, but I don't like it right now. TTM, missed it if I wanted to buy it. And it's a bit of a slower name. Tiger China name, one of the leading China names that has been is grinding higher all this time, and now finally it broke this, you know, this trend line on some slightly higher volume, but I think it's too soon. Or even if it triggers here, I'm probably not gonna buy it because it's just random for me, random name. USAR, been waiting for this one, and it finally shows some strength here with some nice volume. But I'm wondering if it's the correct time to be buying it here. We'll see. Or if it gives me one more inside week, would be even better. IONQ I missed. I'm just waiting for high tide flag potential here. Same with RGTI, and then Rich Tech Robotics. Missed this one, and even my entry here would have been really nice. Or even on my previous videos when I said, "Oh, this looks like a buy here," but I didn't buy it because it's not my original setup. But then even looking at this one would have actually been really good here. But I'm not in it, so I'm just waiting for something, a flag or whatever. AMSC also went without me. OUST. Okay, nice. A few other names are here now, but this one actually went, but alright. NB gapped up to here. It's at all-time high. big data. Okay. Man, if this one would be nice with the high tide flag here. Planet Lab, same here. Missed this one on the EP. Just waiting for some tightness. This one's also making this. This is moving really fast, actually, riding the 10-day. But I don't see anything right now. So hopefully one more inside week here would be nice. No. Amy finally had some action. So the entry was here, but actually it was quite nice. But I did not buy it. Now I'm just watching it. Same here, P6. Another energy name. And I'm already in Liu, which is also, let's see, 360, 10, 2 billion, 8. So I kind of like Liu better. Although P6 would have been really nice also being. Just because of its previous momentum, looking really nice. Yeah, it had momentum all this time, while Liu was basing here. During this time, P6 actually just went higher, so it could be super strong. Then again, NB, we'll see if I buy it again or if I buy one of these names, because we have not as high a priority, or actually, yeah, data center. Beautiful stage 2. Looking really ready to go. And if you take a look at, man, this is beautiful. Look at just an example so you understand what's going on. So you understand the principle of this setup here. 80 to 217. This one wasn't as steep though. This is kind of, yeah, which is nice. I think it's better to have not as of a steep of a trend line, so you have more growth to the upside, or perhaps but man, look at the volume. Really nice, really nice. So yeah, this is high priority. Then we have less priority, laser. And this one has been super aggressive though. But I'm thinking, is it gonna crash into my imaginary line here at 60%? Or is it gonna just rip through it and go higher? It kind of went, but I think there's an entry here according to my setup. Yeah, it is. So it has already triggered. So you could trigger again. We'll see. Then we have SEP, which is quite random to me. Some Chinese healthcare name. Wearables, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's wrong. Yeah. But holy shit, this momentum is real. Should not be ignored. So rip, base, rip. Kind of this rounding. So 14. Holy shit, yeah, this momentum is real. So, I mean, from this gap up, they did 230%. So even if it's only gonna hit this blue line, that's still a double, pretty much. So it's super interesting. But the most interesting name here is this one, I think. Just because of its sector, the volume, and daily range. So energy, mining, metals, the right sector at the right area. And you have these two types of trend lines here. You have this base here, and then you have this high to this high, and you can actually see how it struggled on the lower line, went over, under, over, then held it, and then it got squeezed in between these lines, and now it broke out on volume. And my entry is this 4-hour pullback here, which is probably going to trigger on Monday. So I'll buy this trigger over and over and over again if I have to, if it looks good, of course. Because this one, with the sector momentum, I think this one can do something insane. So yeah, then we have Dave, which also looks really nice. You have also Curie, which is a lower volume play, not something I'm looking at, but it's still sort of under this trend line, which could be nice. You could just be on uptrend, so it goes up here to 12 or something, which is actually really nice. Where was the entry for me? Tough one. Yeah, not as clear of an entry for me. But Dave is sort of sitting above this trend here. Where are the lines here? And also trading a lot of volume with some nice ADR. But let's see. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. There were a few entries, but you could buy this this over and over again if you want. But I think I'm gonna focus on this one just because of the sector. So that's ready for next week. Ending thoughts. Not much. I mean, I can only buy one more position. Unless I sell something else, but I don't think I want to sell something else. I think this one is going to go in sided for a week. Also going to be sort of sided for a week. This one could probably rip higher. Same with this one. This one is also probably inside week, but I kind of like them still. I'm not going to sell them. So my last position will be one of these. Most likely it will be Metsi. Most likely it will be. I really like this one. Other than that, I don't have much. First time I'm doing this in the evening. Okay, so like I said, if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And also, this video is delayed by 1 month. And I'll see you next time.